There are moments in ministry that leave everyone in awe of God's faithfulness. After 20 years of faithful service, RCN Missions has received a gift unlike anything it has ever experienced, a historic church building in the heart of St. Paul, Minnesota, that will now serve as the headquarters of RCN Missions North America. According to the leadership of RCN Missions, this testimony is unprecedented in the ministry's 2 decades of existence. What God has provided is not just another property, but a landmark building located in the political capital of the state of Minnesota, United States of America. It stands today as a powerful testimony that God remains committed to advancing His kingdom through those who trust Him. This remarkable facility offers more than 64,000 square feet of ministry space on approximately 2 acres of land. It features 2 beautiful auditoriums for worship and conferences, multiple courtyards that encourage fellowship, parking facilities capable of accommodating well over 100 vehicles, and more than 30 rooms that can support discipleship, administration, children's ministry, leadership training, missions, and community outreach. Every part of the property presents enormous opportunities for kingdom advancement. Beyond its impressive size lies an even richer story. Construction of this church began in 1925 with the basement, where worship services were held for 11 years. The main sanctuary was later completed in 1937, and since then, the building has faithfully served generations of believers in the East Side community of St. Paul. Designed by the renowned Minnesota architect Clarence H. Johnston, whose work includes some of Minnesota's most celebrated landmarks, this church represents more than architecture, it represents over a century of Christian heritage. The story of Arlington Hills is deeply connected to the changing history of St. Paul. Founded in 1909, the church emerged from a desire to make worship more accessible by conducting services in English as new generations embraced life in America. Over the decades, the East Side has become one of the most culturally diverse communities in Minnesota, a neighborhood that continues to welcome people from many nations. Today, it is also home to one of the largest youth populations in the Twin Cities, making it an extraordinary place for evangelism, discipleship, and raising the next generation of believers. As Arlington Hills entrusts this historic facility to RCN Missions North America, both ministries celebrate the beginning of a new chapter. The outgoing leadership expressed great excitement about RCN's vision to serve the neighborhood and continue impacting lives through the gospel. For RCN Missions, this transition is more than receiving a building, it is embracing a divine assignment. God has always been in the business of advancing His kingdom. Time and again, He demonstrates His faithfulness in ways beyond human imagination. As RCN Missions North America begins this new season, this historic building is expected to become a center for revival, worship, discipleship, leadership development, and community transformation. If you find yourself in Minnesota, you are warmly invited to visit this revival facility, witness what God is doing, and become part of this exciting new chapter.
maybe 50 years ago. The east side in St. Paul has always, we call it kind of a melting pot. New immigrants to this country have a tendency, not always, but frequently, to come to the east side of St. Paul.
So the building was designed by Clarence Johnston, born in Minnesota, a well-known architect for many buildings in Minnesota. He designed Glensheen Mansion up in Duluth. He also designed Northrop Auditorium and Walter Library on the University of Minnesota. So he was a well-known architect for his day and was also involved in designing many churches in Minnesota.
The first church on the east side of St. Paul was First Lutheran, of course, and they beget another Lutheran church called Gustavus Adolphus. Well, interestingly, and you talk about culture and how the world changes over time,
Share in God's faithfulness.
Brethren, welcome to the headquarters, RCN Missions North America.